Hello everyone. Now today we will see the next part of this scan conversion, that is introduction to circle drawing algorithm. So in last lecture we have covered this line generation algorithm. In that we have seen that DDA and the Bresenham's line generation algorithm. Now we will see what is the circle generation algorithm, and then the two types of that generation algorithm is Bresenham's and midpoint. So let's see the introduction to circle generation algorithm. Before that, we will see what is the difference between that DDA line and this Bresenham's line generation algorithm. So in DDA and Bresenham's, both are based on the increment method. Okay, in both we are incrementing that x and y. Then the second thing is that in DDA we are using the floating point, right? So we are using celan floor function. In that case we are converting that floating point numbers into the integers, right? So in DDA we are using that floating point arithmetic, whereas in Bresenham's we are having only integers. So in Bresenham's whenever we are comparing that p is greater than 0.5 or not, so we are converted that p is greater than 0.5 into g is greater than 0, right? So we totally converted that 0.5 into the 0, that is an integer in the form of g, and depending upon that decision variable we are finding out the next thing. So this is what the big difference, that DDA uses this floating point arithmetic, whereas the Bresenham's only uses the integer. The next is your DDA is very slower than the Bresenham's. Obviously, as we are doing the floating point operations or arithmetic over there, so it will makes that DDA slower than the Bresenham's, and the Bresenham's is a faster than DDA because we are not performing any arithmetic operations over there, we are just performing addition and subtraction on the integers. So in that case that Bresenham's is very faster. So DDA is slower because again with this floating point arithmetic we are also having the multiplication and division in that case also, right? So this is what the one thing we are performing multiplication and division, whereas in Bresenham's we are only doing the addition and subtraction, no multiplication and division operations we are doing in this Bresenham's. That why Bresenham's is faster than the DDA. The next thing, to display the pixel we need to either use the floor and ceil function. Yes, I have already told you that in DDA we are using the ceil and floor function to convert that arithmetic into the integers, whereas in Bresenham's we are working on the integers only, so no need to use that ceil and floor function for displaying any particular point onto the screen. And the last thing, because this floor and ceil function, it may happen that the line changes its original path, right? So error may be introduced that line may changes its original path. So this may happen in DDA, where there is in Bresenham's there no such a condition will occur because there is no use of ceil and floor function. So this is what the basic difference between the DDA and the Bresenham's line generation algorithm. Let's see the next thing, that introduction to this circle generation algorithm. So in circle generation we are drawing one circle with the set of points that are placed at a given distance with the radius r, and we are having from center xc yc. Okay, this is what the center coordinates xc yc. So all of you know that this circle is nothing but it is again made up of different points on the circumference of that circle, right? And for that particular circle what we are having? We are having a one point that is called as the center of a circle, which is having a coordinate as a xc comma yc, that is center and central coordinates, and you are having one point on that circumference of this circle which is having the radius of r. So this is what the circle we are having. So what we are doing over here now, this distance relationship is expressed by this Pythagoras theorem. So what is the distance we are having in between point? We are calculating that distance by using the Pythagoras theorem. So what we need for this Pythagoras theorem? We are needing the two sides of that triangles, right? Remaining two sides of the triangles are this, and this is what the hypotenuse, right? So how we can find out the value of that? So it is nothing but x minus xc bracket square plus y minus yc bracket square is equal to r square. So what is this x minus xc and y minus yc? So this is called as x and y. So what is this distance? This distance is nothing but x minus xc. This distance is nothing but y minus yc. right? So this is called as a x minus xc, this line is having y minus yc, and this is what r. So what is the Pythagoras theorem? That r square is equal to x minus xc square plus y minus yc square, right? So this is what the expression for this point. So to calculate the position of a points on the circumference of a circle by stepping along with x axis, like, means what? Whenever I want to find out that point on this circumference of a circle, right, to calculate the position of this point on this circumference of a circle, we are stepping that x coordinate. So how much the x coordinate is moved for this point? This is what xc, and this distance is what? R. Therefore this point is having its value as a xc plus r. Same way this point is having its value that xc minus r. So at this point the value of x is xc, and this is what you are moving that x in the direction of r with a in direction of x with a distance r. So these are 2 points. So to calculate the corresponding y value, now I know that for this value the x is incremented by r, right? But what is the y value for that? So we will use this equation, y is equal to this above equation, in that y is on this side and we are taking the x on this RHS, right? So it will becomes minus over here, and this we are only find out the value of y. So in that case y become first of all we are doing we are taking the square root of both sides. So after taking the square root, the equation is y minus yc is equal to under the square root this whole RHS, right? So now this y becomes plus minus yc over there, right? So y is equal to yc plus minus under root of r square minus xc bracket square. So in this way we can calculate the y value, and the x value is calculated like this on the circumference of the circle. So this is all about finding the x and y coordinates on the any point which is lie on the circumference of the circle. So the next thing, in line we are also seeing that a line is having the equation that y minus y1 divided by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is the basic equation of a line. Again we are having a line equation in the form of slope intercept, that is y is equal to mx plus b, right? So same for this circle, we are having one equation that we have seen in previous slide. Another form of equation is called as a parametric form of the equation, okay? So how we are finding that parametric form? So it depends upon the polar coordinates of that circle, and that in the form of r and theta. R is nothing but radius and theta is what? The angle that is shown over here, okay? So how we can find that? So in this diagram you can see that this is what the circle, right? In that this is showing the center, okay? This point is on a circle that is having its coordinate x comma y, right? Then xc and yc is nothing but coordinates of a center, right? So whenever I am saying in that case that x is equal to xc plus r, now whenever I want to use this polar coordinate, so I will make the use of this angle theta, right? So it is showing that this side is having the value as a r cos theta and this is having a value as a r sin theta. So what is the value of this point? This point, that is nothing but xc plus this distance is nothing but r cos theta. This distance is nothing but r cos theta, okay? Same for this value, it is nothing but yc plus r sin theta, r sin theta. So in this way we can represent the new x value. This x value is nothing but xc plus r cos theta, and this y value is nothing but yc plus r sin theta. So this is what another form of the equation of circle, that is a parametric polar form, okay? So the next is the symmetry property. It is very important property for the next upcoming algorithms like Bresenham's and midpoint circle generation, okay? So we have to see what is this symmetry property of the circle. So by using this property there is no need to find the each and every point on the boundary of circle, okay? So we no need to find out each and every point on this boundary of a circle. We can find out a single point and we can reflect that single point into the all octants, okay? So you can divide that circle into 4 quadrants also or in 8 octant also. then we will find only one octant coordinates. So, we will find only the one coordinate from the single octant and then we will replicate that into the all remaining 7 octants. Okay. So, you can see here this is what the x axis with x and minus x, then we are having a y axis with y and minus y, then we are dividing this quadrant into the 8 parts. So, by using this 2 lines we are dividing that into the x parts. So, these are nothing but 8 octants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So, these are 8 octants we are having. So, in that we are just finding a single point in a one octant. So, suppose this is what my x comma y. So, I will find out the coordinates value of x comma y. Okay. Then I will replicate this in all the octants. So, first I will replicate in this. So, what is the value of this point on this quadrant? It will becomes the minus x and y, right. This is what the positive quadrant in which both value are a positive x comma y. Here only the x value is negative and the y value is positive. So, it will becomes minus x y. Whenever it is replicated in this side, then in this quadrant both the values are minus. So, it shows as a minus x minus y, and in next quadrant the value is x is positive and y is negative, right. So, x comma minus y. So, in this way the point is replicated in all the quadrants, right. Now, this point should be replicated in all the octants. So, how you are replicating? So, you can see that I am replicating this point over here. So, what will be the coordinates of this point? So, we have to just swap the coordinates and it will becomes the y comma x, right. So, y will be at first and then x is after the y. So, this is what the replication of x and y as a y comma x. Same here you can replicate this point as a minus y comma x, then the next point is as a minus y minus x, and the next will be y minus x. So, this octant, by using this octant property, what you are doing? You are just finding a single coordinate, no need to find out all the values of all coordinates. So, by using this you can only replicate those value, and by joining these points you will get a circle. Okay. After joining this point we will get a circle which is passing from this all points. So, this octant symmetry property we are going to use in our Bresenham's line generation algorithm. So, what we are doing here? So, we are calculating a point x comma y, then from this x comma y we will plot the rest of the 7 points as a x comma y comma x, minus xy minus yx, x comma minus y minus y comma minus x, then minus x minus y minus x. So, these are the points that we can replicate from a single point, and so by using this property the circle generation method will become a very fast, okay, because no need to find out the rest of the point. By calculating a single point we can form the circle. So, this is what the octant symmetry property which we are going to use in our Bresenham's line generation algorithm. Okay. So, with a Cartesian equation that we have used for as a Pythagoras theorem, we are performing the multiplication and square root operation in that, right. We have seen the equation of this Pythagoras theorem. So, what we are doing over there? We are finding the multiplications, we are doing the some square root operations, right. We have seen the equation, and again when we are saying we are using the parametric equation, so again in that we are finding the r cos theta, r into cos theta, right. So, multiplication is there, and again the trigonometry, that is cos theta, right. So, this trigonometry, this parametric square root operations, then multiplication, it makes that process slow, right. So, in whenever we are finding the points using these methods, then it takes more time to find out the or to draw the circle. So, to avoid these things we are having some methods that requires the less computational time. The first method is called as a Bresenham's, which totally deals with the integers, same like a Bresenham's line drawing. Again the Bresenham's circle drawings only works on integers, same. Bresenham's line drawing is also working on integer, same way the Bresenham's circle drawing is also works on integer, and it is having only addition and subtraction, no multiplication, no trigonometry, no square root operation. Therefore, it is very fast rather than above computational method. So, it is applicable for different type of curve also, right. So, we can also form the curve by using the circle. Circle is nothing but a closed loop structure, whereas curve is not a loop structure, right. So, we can find out we can use this also for the generation of a curves. Then there is one more approach rather than this Bresenham's. It is called as a midpoint circle generation algorithm, and this algorithm generates the same pixel position as the Bresenham circle generation. Only some midpoints we are using to draw this circle generation algorithm. So, Bresenham circle generation is very much important topic of this circle generation, and we will cover this circle generation algorithm type, that is Bresenham's and midpoint circle generation algorithm, in our next lecture. So, today we will stop. Thank you all of you.